Live, live, live. Make sure this volume up. Okay. Man. Jerusalem. U.S. Embassy abandons Americans. Allegedly. Huh? Because I don't know, because I ain't over there. But that's what's being reported. It's ridiculous, people. What's up, one person? They trying to say Jerusalem U.S. Embassy abandons Americans. You know. There's some shady stuff going on. So what they basically saying is that, what's up, Kevin? Thank you for what? Huh? But anyway, you welcome, I guess. But it's as if they trying to say that they don't have, that America didn't have a plan. They just went over there and started doing stuff. And, you know, Young Turks is a very good source. The Young Turks, I like them. But listen to what they say, though.
The U.S. Embassy now in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait City, they are closed. The State Department has ordered non-essential, non-emergency personnel out of the UAE, out of Qatar, out of Bahrain, out of Jordan, out of Iraq. And in addition to that, Brett, the State Department suggested that every American basically almost anywhere on this map get out if they can.
I've never seen
get out if you
notice
can.
like that from the State Department. Every American across the Middle East find a way to get out of the region, and of course they're on their own.
Everyone get out if they can, however they can. So after launching a very aggressive war against Iran alongside Israel, the United States is now just leaving Americans who are out in the Middle East out to dry, out to fend for themselves, drawing the wrath of former Trump ally, of all people, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She has a lot to say on this. We're going to get to her response, and that is fun. But, Cenk, it's almost as if, you know, they didn't have a plan. What's going on here?
Yeah, two things in this story. One is I'm going to show you the panic that has started, and that goes to Yaz's point and the second point, which is, my God, did you have no plan at all, right? But I like that others are now as furious as we are about the fact that they're endangering Americans while being obsessed about protecting Israel. So let's give you the facts.
That's what it looked like.
All right, so here's the situation as it stands right now. Of course, everything is happening so quickly. It's still a developing story in a lot of ways. But yesterday, the State Department urged all U.S. citizens to leave more than a dozen Middle Eastern countries due to the obvious safety risks. And the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Consular Affairs, Moram Namdar.
So I agree that if what they trying to say is Trump should have gotten the American people out of there first before he just started, you know, whatever. Then I found out that Trump didn't run this by the Congress or whoever he supposed to run that by. Even though he the president, he just did his own thing. That's not shocking, though. You know what I mean? That's not shocking because of the... How can I put this? Because of who's in control type of thing. Like, they want war. They want whatever control they trying to control. That's what they gonna do. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna hurry up and get done with this because I'm gonna tell you what a non-commissioned doggone me soldier said. So anyway, we'll go through this.
Posted this image on X telling Americans to get out via commercial means. And of course, that was very difficult to do because, you know, everything was a bit chaotic. And you can see that as an extensive list of all the usual suspects, all the countries in the Middle East. Today, the State Department ordered the mandatory departure of non-emergency personnel and family members in 6 countries in the Middle East after 2 Iranian drones struck the U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia. So a suspected Iranian drone also hit the U.S. consulate in Dubai today, but the Americans in the Middle East have very few options for how they're supposed to get out, and they're just supposed to figure it out for themselves. For one,
They
many
trying
of
to
the
say they left
airports
them
in the
out to
region
dry.
have shut down due to the fighting, which makes sense. Airports in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Doha have been hit directly by strikes. Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv is also still closed with no options for commercial or charter flights. And secondly, more and more U.S. embassies and consulates have suspended their services altogether. In Kuwait, the embassy was closed and Americans were told to just stay indoors. In Jordan, diplomatic staff was temporarily evacuated on Monday over a threat. And in Bahrain, the embassy was closed and all regular and emergency appointments were canceled. And Marco Rubio, he posted a video on X outlining how Americans can get in touch with State Department officials. But a recording on the phone number Rubio recited to help Americans says, please do not rely on the U.S. government for assisted departure or evacuation at this.
Hold up. First of all, somebody said, are you speaking Ebonics? Let me tell you something, Spartan. When this is all over and us melanated beings have watched this party die that your people allegedly have started from day one, your ass better hope you understand what our people are fucking saying. It could be an Ebonics. So if you're not understanding what the fuck I'm saying right now, you ain't gonna understand at the end of times when us melanated beings then beamed up like Scotty. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, universal. This is universal, baby. Huh? This motherfucking universal. Shit, it's too early for this shit. Now, a recording. I just don't understand why he notified the American people before bombing. Because if the Americans people wouldn't took any flights out of America. Yeah, that too. So it says if, because I'm listening to the Young Turks. So I agree with them, Larry Wilburn, when he basically like he should have gotten people out of there before he did what he did. Because he knew it would be too late. Like, we don't want to hear that shit. So we don't want to hear that shit from Trump talking about, oh, you know, well, I didn't. Nah, you knew exactly what you was doing. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, it's as if he didn't have a plan. This is their argument on, did you even have a plan, Trump? You know what I mean? Type shit. So anyway, so it was a recording on the phone number Rubio recited to help Americans says, which that it says, please do not rely on the U.S. government for assisted departure or evacuation at this time. There are currently no United States evacuation points. The hell is that about? Well, we know about the Sacramento's people. Let's not forget who we dealing with. These demons and reptilians. Let's not forget. All right. Now you see what they said. It said, please do not rely on us, because that's a no-no. Yeah, while they're in the underground bunker. Or some shit like that.
Time, there are currently no United States evacuation points.
You know,
great.
unnecessary
they really just
war.
did not think this through, and they weren't worried about all the Americans that they left over there. So even the U.S. Embassy in Israel told Americans in the country that they were on their own. They posted this on X, and it says the U.S. Embassy is not in a position at this time to evacuate or directly assist Americans in departing Israel. The following is provided for your information. To make your security plans, the Israeli Ministry of Tourism has begun operating shuttles to the Taba border crossing as of March 2nd. To be added to the passenger list for a shuttle, you have to register via the ministry's evacuation form. The U.S. Embassy isn't making recommendations for the shuttle. If you
Now you mean to tell me, in order for me to try to get the hell out of there, I gotta register with the damn ministry's evacuation form. Man, just get me out of here, man. Nobody got time to be doing all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is crazy, bruh. That's why it's so important. Don't be going everywhere, people. I know some of these people are business trips, but if you just touring and you got money and you feel like you can just go over, stop going
Choose
places.
to avail yourself of
Stay
this
your
option
ass
to
right in
depart.
the United
That
States
is
and get
interesting
blew up just
wording.
like the rest
The
of us.
U.S.
Because you don't
government
want to be
cannot
stuck over
guarantee
there
your safety,
getting blew up.
and the information is provided just as a courtesy.
Allegedly,
So
goddamn.
thanks a lot.
Ain't no way around
so
this
just
shit.
pure abandonment is what it seems like. The embassy announcing that it was leaving Americans out to dry infuriated a lot of people, I would imagine, but also the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene, who responded to the post when she had this to say. She said American taxpayers are forced to give Israel $3.8 billion every single year, and here is our own U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem
Whoa.
telling
She
Americans, good luck
talked
getting
good
out
shit.
here on your
Okay.
own. The betrayal is unbelievable.
Okay. Church Tabernacle Preach Holy Water sprinkle me. Somebody sprinkle me with $22. I hope that's $22. All right. It said you cute or something. Oh, that's Larry Wilburn. Shout out to Larry. Shout out to Larry. Shout out to Larry. Let me like that and heart that. All right, Larry. So, former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, look what she tweet or post. I guess it's on Twitter. American taxpayers are forced to give Israel $3.8 billion every single year. And here is our own U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem telling Americans, good luck getting out. You are on your own. The betrayal is unbelievable. What? Are y'all, they trying to tell us that some of us Americans are being betrayed? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's not very shocking. But at a time like this, that shit is shocking. Like, what the hell are y'all doing? And you're sending, some people have, your children are grown who went to the military, but at the same time, that's still your baby. We got relatives and stuff that are fighting for this America. If they doing these people like this over there, that's Americans, what you think the same thing is happening to our fucking troops, bro? This is not back in the day. Some people are woke now and they're like, hey man, y'all tripping. Cause I got family in doggone military, man. I once was in the military my damn self. All right. So this shit right here, man, when this is all over, bro, which is gonna be a while, people. Let me tell you. They talking about 4 days, and it could be 4 weeks, and it could be 4 months. Let me tell you, this war right here ain't gonna never end. Cause now Trump is doing something in Ecuador or whatever you call that. Like, this thing finna end. It's just gonna be multiple wars, bro. But the thing is, this is a whole nother scale of shit, though.
Really is. And Democrats joined in the condemnation, including Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, who had this to say. He says that the State Department is forcing everyone to immediately leave the region, but is also refusing to help people leave the region.
Right,
the
after
strike
the
itself
fact.
is illegal and disastrous, but their lack of readiness for what comes next is unforgivable as well. Incompetence everywhere. So
yeah,
today,
Ecuador.
A State Department official claimed that it had helped over 130 American citizens leave Israel, which doesn't sound like that much. And they said that they were working on getting charters and military aircraft for Americans trying to leave. But when Donald Trump was asked about the thousands of Americans that are stranded in the Middle East, all he had to say was this, and see if you can decipher what he was trying to say.
Commercial air travel right now is severely restricted in the Middle East, and thousands of Americans are stranded. Why wasn't there an evacuation plan, and who do you send planes to get people out?
Well, because it happened all very quickly. We thought, and I thought maybe more so than most, I could ask Marco, but I thought we were going to have a situation where we were going to be attacked. They were getting ready to attack Israel. They were getting ready to attack.
So even if, which that don't sound right, but anyway, even if Trump thought, okay, they were going to attack us, we had to act fast. But it's as if you told nobody. You just did what you did, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sort of like, you want this war so bad, right? Why your son ain't fighting in that motherfucker too? You see what I'm saying? If you do a draft, is your son going, oh, he's tall enough to be a sniper or something? You know what I'm saying? why your son, why Bernstein Bears, what's his damn name? Yeah. Why his ass ain't going, Trump? Now, the other day when I talked about this war shit, I said, now when they start putting boots on the ground, that's when you know it got real. And then they start trying to draft people. Well, they put 50,000 troops on the ground, boots on the ground. After I made that video, I said, boy, that's all I could say. I said, damn, he really put boots on the ground. It's one thing to have them in the air, in the sea, but when you have them on all ways, air, land, and sea, all right, air, land, and sea. So we don't want to hear about no damn drafts, all right?
Others, you're seeing that right
This shit
now.
crazy,
A lot of
though.
those missiles that are hitting in, those are stationary. Those were aimed there for a long period of time at these other countries. So I think I was right about that. We attacked first, and if we didn't, it could have been, look, we're really decimating them. They're being decimated.
They're being decimated.
So we had no words of
Obliterated.
encouragement or wisdom for these people who have been stranded. He doesn't seem to think that it's a priority to get these people out of these countries after he initiated this attack. And he acts as though, it all happened so quickly. You planned it. You're the one who decided to do it as quickly as you did without having a plan in place.
Right.
Jake, this is
Now, how do you
negligence
do
is
that?
what we're seeing
How do-
from our government.
Look, I thought war was just strategic, and you listen. But we can't expect nothing less from the Cheeto man. So it would behoove of people to not even join the damn military, bruh. Because of this is who you fighting for. And for their own selfish reasons. This has been from the beginning of time, though. But since these times are different today, we should know this. We should not be letting our loved ones go to no damn military. I don't give a fuck what you hell on the street. I don't give a fuck. You need to still do something else, because at the end of the day, they could still call your ass. They could still call your ass at the end of the day without you even being in the motherfucker.
And they're just not doing their jobs. They're not taking care of our people overseas.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. So during the break, I was looking through a couple different sites. We got our embassies on fire. We got the CIA station in Saudi Arabia that got hit. And
so that's enough of that one. And I'm gonna go to where was that? So we are now Operation Epic Fury. All right, 50,000 troops, 200 fighters. U.S. prepares for prolonged Iran war. All right, so how is that gonna go about that? Okay, so let's go to what this one dude said. U.S. launches massive strikes in South America. Which one was that? Oh, did y'all hear about the Armageddon message? All right.
Prices going up.
Now, there has been an Armageddon message. First of all, U.S., like I said, U.S. launches strikes in South America. U.S. commanders issued Armageddon message, right? Did you see some of our military personnel on TikTok trying to rap about attacking Iran, making a fool of themselves? Well, yeah, they pretty much brainwashed. So, pick of Ali behind. That's irony. All right. So, Trump's commanders tell troops to prepare for Jesus' return and issue chilling Armageddon prophecy. When I woke up and seen this shit, I said, why is this man telling them troops that? Why are you telling troops that? But that's not all this motherfucker said. All right? That's not all he said. Let's go here. Wait a minute. Now, it's some strange shit. Are they in a CULT? Huh? They're saying military leaders say Iran war is so Trump can bring about Armageddon. Bruh, March 3rd, 2026. What's going on with that? That's strange. Let's see what else this crazy motherfucker say. So he say, America will no longer be safe, warns the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. I went over that yesterday. I think I made a video yesterday. Vowing to eliminate ZIONISM. I'm not going to say that word. And strike at the U.S. homeland. They keep bringing that up. They going to strike us. And listen, this is the funny thing, that people in America think that Iran can't strike us. We don't know what they got. Are we over there? But Trump know what they got, or what they are capable of making that they do have. Because I told y'all, they had allegedly got enough enriched uranium to make 11 nuclear bombs. Why do they still have stuff? That's my point. You over there doing what? And you mean tell me Iran's still boasting? Literally boasting. Talking about what they got. All right. You know what? You know what? And this is the thing. In order to, and they know this, in order to beat Iran, you got to beat their affiliates as well. That's a lot. Quit trying to make it like we the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we not, bruh. This shit is written down. And let me tell you, whether you think it's a stage or not, what that trooper said, that commander, this Iran war is so Trump, the trumpet man, can bring in Armageddon. What are we doing and what are we saying? Larry say, yeah, Russia and China just might defend Iran because China do business with Iran on gas and oil. Exactamundo. And they have said Trump has control of 85% of that oil now. That's why I was saying it yesterday. Or the other day, whenever I made that video. Shit be going so fast, people. Listen, that's why I said. They back up. Iran's backup just ain't said nothing yet. Because it ain't got to the point. Let me get somebody out here. It just ain't got to the point where they feel like they need to step in. You see what I'm saying? It's just like you see two people fighting. You on one of their side. Now, if somebody jumps in, they gonna jump in. You know what I'm saying? They waiting. They waiting to the good part. You think Iran is by themselves? Even though they tell us they getting towed up. They ain't got no air defense. They ain't got no detection facilities no more. They tow up their Navy. Everything's and got their leaders out the way. Okay, the new Ayatollah, if I'm saying that right, is Ayatollah is Ali Khamenei's son now. It's his son. He's the supreme leader now. That is official, like a referee with a whistle. Look it up. It's his son now. Man. So let's keep going. This is enough to piss you off on some real shit. Because this don't make no sense. Now, you ain't had no plan. So let's go back to this. Trump's commanders tell troops to prepare for Jesus' return and issue chilling Armageddon prophecy to the doggone me troops. So Donald Trump's commanders allegedly have been accused of telling troops that the war with Iran is part of God's plan for Armageddon. Who is this person? He didn't made a CULT. Wait a minute, man. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Gatorade. They love giving you some Gatorade or Powerade, don't it? So why are you telling people this shit? That's what I want to know. The Military Religious Freedom Foundation, better known as MRFF, is a non-profit civil rights watchdog, said it has received 110 complaints from troops since the war broke out on Saturday. All right. The complaints span more than 40 different units across 30 military sites, first reported on veteran journalist Jonathan Larson's Substack. Whatever the hell that is. Man. Weird old shit. You hear me? Just weird. I want to know who this dude is telling people that, though. So now, let's keep going. So this dude... Now, the commander had claimed, and this true shit, the commander had claimed Trump was anointed by Jesus to light the signal fire in Iran to cause Armageddon and mark his return to Earth, bruh. And mark his return to Earth. Y'all really want Revelation to come to pass, don't you? So that's what I was going to say. Even if this is false flag or staged or how people want to say that, that don't mean that they not going to bring Revelation to existence. You see what I'm saying? But, it said Trump was anointed by Jesus. Okay, so he urged us to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan. And he specifically referenced numerous citations out of the book of Revelation referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus Christ, the NCO said. So that's a non-commissioned officer, NCO. What are we doing, bruh? What are we doing, bruh? All right. So what we got? The NCO, anonymized by MRFF, said they were writing on behalf of 15 others, including 11 Christians, a Muslim, and a JW. The troops are currently outside the Iran theater, ready support status, meaning they could be deployed at any time. So it's looking like he's giving them a pep talk, gassing them up like, look, this war, I hate to laugh because it just don't make sense to me. He's like, this war, you know, Trump is anointed by Jesus Christ. And this is the mission that's going to bring back Armageddon. This is all God's plan. God want this to happen. No, God don't want this to happen. God know it is going to happen. So God intervenes when he's supposed to intervene. Just like Iran's backup is going to intervene when they're supposed to intervene. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of sleep people in the United States, including sleeper cells. Now, it's a lot of sleep people on some real shit that's in America that feel like they can trust America. Think about this shit. That you can trust America, man. Right? With this type of shit going on. I damn near want to fight with their ass against our ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. Let's not be a traitor, right? But the way shit going, man, we never get the truth of why certain shit is happening, bro. How was that godly? Blowing up that school. Them little girls, there was over 100 little girls unalive. How is this godly? Everybody wanna throw the rock and hide they dog on me hand, man. When they know this shit go back so far that if you don't do your research, you will be lost in the sauce. Because you're gonna be confused on who's in the right. On who's in the right. Remember when I said some people still live like the Old Testament? These are Old Testament wars. These are literally biblical wars. But on top of that, some people in these wars are still living like the Old Testament. That's a good example right there, what I was trying to say some days ago. They living like the Old Testament with this shit. All right. And then you got America. Even Netanyahu in Israel, he's like a modern day jive turkey. You know what I'm saying? Because when he gave the Gaza Strip to Trump, Trump was saying he gonna make resorts and shit. It's gonna be the new Las Vegas type shit and do. Like, hold up, how is that? How does that go hand in hand with what y'all believe in and shit? I thought you can't see when you got people in a certain place, and we know these people are not supposed to be in certain places. We know this. But God want to protect that land. I thought about it years ago. It ain't necessarily the people that's there, because I know when the Bible say don't mess with Israel, is he talking about them people or is he talking about that land? Don't destroy Israel's land. Think about it. Think about this shit, man. Anybody here ever looked at Ethiopian Bible, the Book of Enoch? He trying to say it because Ezekiel verse in the Bible speaks about the end of Iran, which is Persia. Sacred land. You hear me? Talking about that land. Because if God, we know God is all knowing, so he know them ain't the right, or she know them ain't the right people over there. Oh, we know this. Just by living and looking and learning, we know this. Don't destroy that land. Because if you keep looking more, the nations are going to turn on Israel anyway at the end of the day. Yep. That's in the Bible. It's in Revelation. People are saying, allegedly, Netanyahu is the doggone Antichrist. Shouldn't have probably said that word, but you know what I'm saying. The anti to the Christ. But I don't know who it is, but he got some big ass ears. You hear me? That motherfucker can hear, okay? That motherfucker ears. Bruh. And then when he smile, he look like a little demon, don't he? Huh? He look like a little David. I ain't gonna lie to you. So let's keep going with this NCO person. They telling our troops out there. Now, the NCO said that their commander's comments was destroy morale and unit cohesion and are in violation of the oaths we swore to support the Constitution. All right. I would have to think about what I had just said, because we ain't going to take too much time on that little passage right there. So a White House official denied that commanders were giving orders based on end-time scripture. I bet you did. Adding that the war had 3 aims: destroy Iran's missiles, munitions industry, munitions industry, and navy. So, Trump, when you destroy all of that, what do you think's gonna happen after that? Just because you feel like, oh, you destroyed them, bruh. Let me tell you something, man. This has been a disaster since day one it started. This year, because it's been going on, it ain't never stopped. But who's living biblical? Who's really living biblical? The Middle Eastern people. The Middle Eastern people are living doggone Old Testament, bruh. You see, they take that shit serious, how they dress and stuff like that. Yeah, it makes sense, don't it? Because they are living like that still in their mind. They don't care about what year it is. They gonna keep it how it's supposed to be. Well, how they feel like the Old Testament. They like the Old Testament better. Yeah. They like that Old Testament, bruh. Man, he do look a little demonic. You hear me? So in them royal people, come on, man. Like they eat people. Stop it right now. You know it. You know it. Them teeth? How you get them teeth? Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those eyes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Bruh. Uh-huh. Yeah. So we moving into the direction of they trying to say Armageddon. So while us regular folks is you trying to bring in Armageddon, where you big biscuit face ass motherfuckers gonna be? That's what I thought. But what the Bible say, people? Even at those times, people would try to hide under rocks. It won't work. What's them rocks? Underground bunkers? Gotta be. It ain't literally trying to hide under a rock. You probably in a mountain or some shit like that. Underground bunker type shit, right? Yeah. That won't help you. That won't help you. And I know why it won't help them, because Putin got some shit that can tear up an underground bunker. It'll have your ass in there and you can't get out. Then what you gonna do? I hope you got everything you need down there, which they do. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I hope you better have it for the next 100 years. You hear me? If you can't get out of there, how you gonna get out of there? That's what I thought. See, they so smart, they dumb. And I can't fault them because they evil. Now, we've seen evil walk these. Everybody's got a little evil in them, but I ain't got evil like that in my heart, bro. Where I feel like I don't have a soul. I got to do what the devil plan is. And that's to bring Armageddon on the land. All right. See, God don't want that. God is to save the people before all of that and after all that. Not to bring the shit. They act like they doing a goddamn Shakespeare play. We know about Shakespeare, though. That's what I'm saying. The fuck going on here? Now, Trump's longtime spiritual advisor, he got a spiritual advisor, Paula White, has made similar claims for decades, urging Christians to stand with Israel. All right. And I know that's in the Bible. You know, it says do not mess with Israel. I think it's talking more of the land, though. Now, so Pastor John Hagee, whatever his name is, who visited the White House multiple times during Trump's first term, told his congregation on Sunday that the war with Iran signaled we are nearing the end times. Prophetically, we're right on cue, Hagee said. Sirens are wailing and prophecies written thousands of years ago are stepping onto the world stage. U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, claimed that Trump would receive a message from God shortly before the strikes on Iran in June. What the fuck? I supposed to believe that? I'm not going to believe that because you know why? Talk about Trump is anointed and shit like that. I'm not going to believe that because first of all, what God y'all praying to? Huh? What God you praying to? How are we supposed to believe y'all? You believe in God and all this shit and God told you this shit when you're trying to distract from the Epstein files. God damn it. All that shit they doing and what? I seen, man, I don't know whose son it was. He's probably about 9. And it looked like an old clip. It had to be a videotape. And they was interviewing him. They was asking him something, what happened at those parties. He said, my daddy unalive babies and eat the meat. I said, what the fuck? It was too much for the interviewer. He was like, oh, well, we gonna go back to the parties. How was the parties like? And he said, well, they hurt me. They touch on me. You know, they hit me. If I start crying, they hit me harder. You know, shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? But the sick stuff that they are doing, bro, is ridiculous, bro. And this is the more strange part. Even though these Epstein files and that dude, he posted took himself out, this stuff's still going on, people. I know a lot of us know this. It's still going on right now. That's crazy, ain't it? Yeah, it's still going on right now, and they know this. And they know this. Boy, we live in a strange time. And what they do to Jim Carrey, everybody talking about Jim Carrey. I'm like everybody else. I grew up on Jim Carrey. Mama, there go that man. Who is that, boss? You know what I'm talking about? Because that damn show ain't Jim Carrey. Now, I don't care. They talking about he got some fillers and shit like that. Man, Jim Carrey don't talk like that. Jim Carrey don't talk like that, nah. Listen, man, ain't nobody got time for that. Listen, I don't need to side by side, no eyes, none of that. I don't need to do none of that to know that something ain't right with doggone me Jim Carrey. See? Yeah, I did that shit with Jamie Foxx. And that Jamie Foxx to come back, he grew on us, didn't we? Say that's Jamie Foxx, right? Yeah, man. What they do to Jim Carrey, bro? That shit crazy as hell. Alright, I gotta subscribe. They say, you ain't crazy. Careful, though. All love. You're a trip, for real. That's cool, though. Hey, man. If you don't stand for something, you gonna fall for everything they throwing at your ass. You hear me? Yeah, I get on here and I joke about shit, but what I'm telling your ass, shout out to the people that got the balls to come on here and talk about this shit. Cause let me tell you, you know what this is? You fuck around, you won't even see a NWO. The way they moving, we won't even get a chance to see a new NWO. This shit might go past that. Like, damn, I thought we was getting NWO. Ain't it levels to this shit? It's full speed ahead. What? Fuck around, you, your children, and your children won't be seeing NWO. This shit serious as hell. If you get my drift. Nah. These are unprecedented times they've been telling us ever since Trump got in this second term. You will see stuff that you ain't never seen before, never experienced before in this generation. And we are seeing this. All right. When this WW3 really jump off, this will be the worst ever in history. The worst ever in history. Only because it's nuclear. You see what I'm saying? You know what comes after nuclear when that some bitch hits? Anywhere. Anywhere in the Middle East. Radiation. Spreading. All in your water. All in your air. As if our shit ain't fucked up anyway. But it ain't fucked up like that. Not yet. Shit. Yeah. So we got a problem, people. All right. I'm going to tell you that right now. Talking about we right on cue. Oh. You mean with y'all play? Y'all right on cue. Y'all had to catch up. So are they saying they had to speed it up to catch up with Revelation right now? Because they say, hey, we a little bit behind. We need to go on and, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, bro. But we can say, hey, man, y'all trying to distract us from the Epstein files. But you know what? I don't want to hear no more about no goddamn Epstein files. I don't want to hear no more about no goddamn Epstein files, bruh. Because we ain't going to get nowhere with that. You ain't going to get nowhere with that. This right here is more important than some damn Epstein files. That's when you got to let go and let God. You think they going to get away with that? They not going to get away with that. Not with God. That's for doggone show. That's the all of all judgments. You don't get away with that. They was trying to say, allegedly, it was Little girls allegedly buried up under the doggone Epstein shit. I don't know if it was they talking about on the land of the island or his other spots. Man, what? Eating people. That's not hard to believe. Who ain't ate somebody? These fast food places, who ain't ate somebody? We don't know that. Now, U.S. ambassador. Okay, I read that part. So, the U.S. ambassador says, I believe you will hear from heaven. And that voice, talking about Trump, and that voice is far more important than mine or anyone else's, he wrote to Trump. You did not seek this moment. This moment sought you. Who y'all praying to, man? Ball? The doggone 40-foot owl? Who y'all praying to, man? Who told you this? You figure deal me? Operation Epic Fury. Now, Trump launched Operation Midnight Hammer 5 days later. Okay? But now we on Operation Epic Fury. They got some names, don't it? Now, when he did the Midnight Hammer, that was when he got, that was the unaliving of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. All right. And we know that was on Saturday. Has plunged the Middle East into crisis, right? Why do you think back in the day in the 80s, they'd be like, peace in the Middle East? We was all about peace. Us melanated beings, we was peace in the Middle East. We don't want none. Yeah, we knew that then. We knew that then. We didn't want none of this shit. And we don't want it now, man.